Hello. I'm Sandy Walden, your grief coach and grief coach trainer. I want to talk to you today about allowing yourself to feel the way you do without making yourself wrong. And there's another piece to that. Something that so many people I work with, grief clients, and even people I just interact with who are not clients, express really deep felt feelings of guilt. So maybe let's just explore that one feeling today, because this feels really significant to me, and for whatever reason, it keeps coming back to my mind. I feel like I need to talk about it. I hope that's all right with you. Guilt. By definition, guilt is something intentional. So quite often I'll hear someone say, "Oh my gosh, I feel so guilty. I wasn't there with him. I didn't remind her to do this. I didn't stop him from doing that. I didn't know. How could I have missed it?" You see where this goes. It goes on, and I want you to know, I get it. I suspect everybody listening to this message gets it in their own way. But here's the follow-up piece to that. While we may have driven away from someone and something happened, and we did drive away intentionally, or we walked away intentionally, was it with the intention for them to be hurt? What was our intention? If it was to hurt that person, then there's forgiveness work to be done for yourself as well as them. If guilt is truly the feeling you're experiencing, if you've truly, intentionally hurt someone, you don't have to carry around that pain the rest of your life. It serves no one. It only hurts you and others. So if you did do something to intentionally hurt someone, think about what you've learned. Think about how it will feel to say, okay, next time I'll do things differently. Begin the process of forgiving. And we'll talk about that in another video. Be very assured. And if you have specific thoughts about that, I'd really like to hear about that here too. For most people, guilt is really not appropriate, is it? Guilt feels heavy and shameful and punishing. But what I most often actually hear is deep regret. I think about the day my son died. I saw him that morning. He was asleep on the couch when I came down to make coffee, and when he popped up, he said something to the effect of, "Oh, I slept too late." For a long time I wondered, why didn't I ask too late for what? Would something have changed? Would he not have ended his life that day? Was it my fault because I didn't ask that question? And then, like many people, I sort of punished myself for a while, thinking, oh my gosh, what if I didn't tell him, "I love you, baby boy," as he walked out the door? What if I didn't? Ooh, maybe I should feel guilty. I should feel shame. What kind of mom am I? It could be a really punishing thought, and I went there for a little while. Not very long, though, because for me, it quickly came back to, I didn't remember if I'd asked him the question or not, and I know it wouldn't have changed anything. And even if it would have changed something, I had no way of knowing It could have been an important comment. Did I tell him that morning, "I love you, sunshine," and give him a hug? I don't remember. I didn't remember the very next day. It's just left my mind. What if I didn't? Does that mean I deliberately hurt him? Does it mean I deliberately withheld spoken affection? It doesn't mean that at all. The truth is, my 3 sons all know that I love and adore them, to an absurd degree sometimes. Mikey knew I loved him, and we said that very freely in our house. There were often bone-crushing hugs. He was the kind of king of those hugs. So did I need to punish myself with those really heavy feelings, those feelings of shame and overwhelm and desperate hurt? That's guilt. Not really. As I shifted that to thinking, oh, I wish I would have asked a question. I hope I said this. I wonder if you can feel the difference, the energy difference. Guilt is heavy and oppressive. Regret, which is truly the feeling I had, was lighter. Still sad, and that's okay, but much lighter. It wasn't filled with recrimination. So I ask you, when you ask yourself those questions, or when you say to yourself, well, I should have done this, if only I had done that, I should have known, when those shoulds come in, become aware of them. And if you ask that question, go ahead. Don't punish yourself for that. You've been punished more than enough. But if you notice yourself asking those questions or making those statements, add a ... and say, oh, should I have? Or did I do the best I could? Is this really something I need to be punished for? Is this as heavy as guilt? Or is it rather regret? And I hope you can feel that the regret is a little bit lighter, a little bit softer. I hope and I encourage you to think about the things that you say and think. And remember, you've done the best you could. You always have, based on what you were thinking and feeling and experiencing in that moment. It's what humans do. For today, I really do encourage you to be gentle with yourself. Be kind to you. You deserve calming. You deserve healing. You deserve to feel the love. And remember, the love never dies. Namaste.